What's up, everybody? Welcome back to kind of a new thing we're going to be doing. If you watched it last week, we kind of did, I did a rocket video. We kind of talked about the rockets, talk about our strategies, kind of what's new about it, what we've kind of changed, and how that's kind of been working for us. Well, I thought about a new thing, and we'll do this kind of weekly, kind of the rocket recap, hits and heartbreaks. So we'll kind of go through the week that was, what did we hit, what were we thinking, and stuff like that. And then we'll go through kind of the heartbreaks, some of the things we missed where it's like, wow, I cannot believe, we cost ourselves X amount of money, and just kind of try to learn from each other as we kind of go. And maybe, some of you played these tickets as well and kind of want to take a look and say, wow, what did they do? What did I do? And stuff like that. So anyway, we'll start with the good news. By the way, this is not everything we missed and everything we hit. This is just the highlights, right? So I'll start with Saturday. We're going to start Saturday at Belmont Park. I got this ticket up for you now to kind of look at real quick before we're going. This was a cash. So the Saturday early pick 5 at Belmont Park, we did cash this ticket. $64 ticket, as you see on the screen. It paid $563. The reason why I wanted to start with this one, you had the logical single of Life is Good. And so a lot of people will say, well, you can't play this sequence. It's not going to pay that well. You're going to have like bombs come in, or it's not going to pay anything. And that's really not the case when you play a pick 5. You can definitely get away with singling a horse that's an obvious single and still be okay. And really what happened is in this sequence, you actually had 2 heavy favorites and it still paid $563. So I'll take that ticket down now. I will share the screen here with the results, and you can kind of see what we're going through here. So, all right, this was race 1, Apple Picker, an $8.66 winner. This was a maiden special weight. An Apple Picker actually had scratched out of a race the day before to run in this one. So I always try to play those horses when that happens. We went 4 deep, like I said, or like I showed you in this one, and we got home this 860 winner. The big thing is this was the 4th horse on the ticket. So I was glad we went 4 deep in this spot. Because this was one we almost went 3. I said, now go ahead and throw that one in because of the scratch situation. So race 2, we went 5 deep, and this is where we needed the price, and we got it. So we paid $17.80 for Lenny Kate to win this one. Gets up and beats Miss Delicious. We had them both, but Lenny Kate, certainly that $17.80 payout was what we needed. So we go on to race number 3 here, and you see Lucky Brody won this race and paid $2.70 to win. Now, we went 2 deep in this spot. Debated for a long time to go single, meaning single Lucky Brody, and then single Life is Good in the next leg, and that would have made it a $32 ticket. So obviously, you get 32 extra bucks on your profit margin there. But ended up playing this 2 horse on the ticket as well. Here's why. We thought the 2 would turn for home and have the lead. These are maiden claimers at a low level here at Belmont Park. And we just kind of thought maybe Lucky Brody might hang, might not get by. If you watch the stretch of this race, that certainly almost happened. It did not look like Lucky Brody was going to get there. It took him the length of the stretch. Now, did it not work out? And did we kind of waste $32 playing the 2? Sure, there's no doubt. But the 2 was 4-1. Would have been a big favorite that we would have defeated in this sequence. This thing would have paid a heck of a lot more. So I'm not disappointed with the use of the 2. Like I said, it could have paid 3-4 times more if the 2 wins this race, and he almost did it. So wasn't too worried about it. Then you get to the obvious single, Life is Good, easy win, never in doubt there. And then you go to the last leg, the Todd Pletcher first-time starter gets the job done. Like I said, just a simple, easy $64 ticket. There was never really a time where you were concerned you weren't going to cash it. It pays $563. Look, it's not glamorous, but it pays for the day plus some, because when you're playing smaller tickets like we're doing, you made $499, just under $500. We also hit the pick 4. We made like $30 on that. So say you're up $430. You got about $130 of tickets left for the lake sequence. You make $300 easy right there. That's a pretty good day. And I know the big goal is to hit these for big time money, but when it's available and they're going to give you that sequence and you can make $500 off of it, That's pretty darn good. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So that was one of the big, not big really, but one of the caches that I wanted to highlight, just kind of highlight that, hey, it's okay if you don't think Life is Good can be beat. You really don't have to make up a bunch of reasons to play against Life is Good. You can just single him and try to create some value. Look, we had a $2.40 winner, a $2.70 winner, capped with a $12.40 winner. Let me scroll up here. A $17.80 winner and an $8.60 winner, and it paid $563. There's nothing wrong with that. That wasn't hard to get to, and look what the payout is. Gulfstream Park Sunday. Pull the ticket up for you now. So there's a ticket, 2 deep in the first leg by 4, by 4, by 5, and then a single in the last leg. This horse was not the morning line favorite, was not the post time favorite. But it was a horse. Parkland was the horse's name, the 3 horse that was singled. Dropping down in class, also had speed. So I love class droppers with speed. My biggest angle on that is when you drop down in class, the more speed you have. I'm talking about early speed, I should clarify. The more early speed you have, you can use it. You can get out in front. And those horses, the further you drop, they really don't want to pass. They really don't have that kick to kind of pass. So you've been running in allowances and you've set the pace that maybe you fade to like 4th or 5th. And then you drop down, and in this case, it was a $20,000 claimer. You're going to set the pace, and they're not going to come at you like they have been in those allowance races because they're just not really capable of doing that. So that was kind of the thought here on the single. Like I said, was not the favorite. Was, I think, the second choice on the morning line, ended up being the second choice on the board. So there was the ticket, an $80 ticket for this one. And like I said, single in the last. Let's see if we can get to that horse, see if we can get alive to that horse. My goal was to get to, if we're alive to about $1,000 to that horse, that would be great. So we kick it off here. So this was, to me, the biggest risk of the ticket. If you're playing a bigger budget, I probably would have tried to go a little bit deeper in this leg, but decided to kind of trim it down to the 4 and the 11 here. Just use 2 horses, and thankfully the 11 gets it done to open off the sequence. A $9.80 winner, ecstatic about that, and really, thank God, because these maiden claimers and low levels, it's usually you have to sweat it out. No sweat with this one. Just galloped home, pretty easy win. So got home there. Like I said, we really went deep in these middle legs. A $6.80 winner there, and then here, this was a heartbreaker. Even though we cashed this ticket, we had the 5 and we had the 8. The 8 was about, I think the 8 was 6-1, and maybe the 5 was 3-2 or 8-5, something like that. The 8 was ahead until the very, very last, and the 5 catches him. So you're going to see in a minute, this thing pays $1,100 on an $80 ticket. It may have paid like $3,000 if the 8 holds on, but didn't happen. Again, though, $5.20 winner. This was the big one, $23.40 winner here for L.E. Gray. Horse I really liked. I think I had like 2nd or 3rd on the ticket, and I think we went 4 deep here. So, maybe could have been trimmed down a little bit closer and got this one. But L.E. Gray was the thing that made this one pay. $23.40 winner on that horse. So about 10-1, 11-1 there. So, and then the final leg, Parkland gets the job done here. First win for this jockey, by the way, too. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce that name, but first ever win for the jock aboard Parkland there. $660 on the win if you just bet it to win. But again, we had to pick 5 on an $80 ticket. And right here, you see the payouts on the screen. Pick 5 ends up paying $1,103.75. That made the week at Gulfstream Park. We hit a couple things at Gulfstream, but this one certainly made it all worth it. We also hit that pick 4 as well. I believe that ticket was about, I don't have it with me. I think it was between $20 and $30, I think, for $260.80. The pick 4 also had Parkland singled as well. So we just went as deep as we could in those other legs and then got Parkland home. So a nice little score here at Gulfstream, and that's kind of what we're looking for on those tickets. You spend about $80, $60, $90, something like that, and you get into the thousands. So that's what we're looking for there with Gulfstream. So two different things. Life is Good. The first ticket we talked about, singled out horse. Obvious single. Everybody had it. This one, not so obvious. But that's kind of what we like to do now in these sequences. You have 5 races. There's just no clear single anywhere. Don't do the one you think everybody's going to do. Try to think outside the box a little bit. And Parkland got us home for a nice score. All right, let's move on to a couple that we missed here. Belmont was the real enigma on the Friday and Saturday for sure. I'll put this one up on the screen now. It was the early pick 5 at Belmont Park on Thursday. We'll go through that one first. Actually, what I'm going to do here is put the ticket up for you guys to look at here first, and then we'll go over the sequence. I'll go ahead and tell you, this was the leg. The third leg is where we missed it. We had Salib and we had the 7 as well. We went too deep in that spot, and the 4 beat us at the very last second at the wire. So yeah, it was very depressing. So let me put the ticket up on the screen now for you now so you can kind of see what we were doing here, what we were thinking. This was a very wide open sequence. We went $96. That's about the most we'll ever do on these pick 5 tickets. And we did that because there was just no single. And honestly, the third leg was the horse with the 5 Salib that lost the wire, was the one we were kind of looking at singling. We didn't do that. And we just thought the 7 was one we had to throw in. So a $96 ticket here, 3 by 4 by 2 by 2 by 4. Yeah, let's just go over it. And you'll see the payout. You'll see why I'm depressed here. So let's go back to the screen here, and we'll go back to the results. I need to get faster with my clicks. All right, here we go. So first leg, we went 3 deep in this leg, like I showed you, and we got a $21 60 winner. This one horse was way over bet, and so the 5 gets up and inflates it, and all of a sudden I'm very excited. Right here, I think we went 4 deep in this spot, $6.30 winner, no big deal. And then, like you said, 2 deep here. That's where we lost it. Salib loses at the wire. This horse was clear the whole stretch. About 50 yards out, you knew he was getting pretty tired, or she, I should say, was getting tired, but I thought maybe we could hold on. Didn't do it, and so then you're out. Right here, we went 2 deep with the 2 and the 3. We got the higher priced one, so Grump's Little Tots wins $11.20, and then Top Changer wins this thing to end it. We had that horse as well. Let me scroll down. I'll highlight it. $96 ticket. It wouldn't have been $12,000 if the 5 wins. It probably would have been more like 4 to 6. And geez, the 5, one last jump, gets beat right at the wire. They had to have a photo. I knew that we were beat, but it was close. Yeah, just a killer. And to go 4 out of 5 with this one, and it pays $12,000. And like I said, the 4 winning that race definitely inflated it in the third leg. But wow, just a killer. Not much you could say other than that. That was just a depressing one. So, all right, let's go one more depressing one, and then we'll get out of here. It happened again at Belmont Park the early pick 5. I was right the first time at Belmont Park. Let me pull that one up for you now. Yeah, this was another just depressing one. Now we're at a $75 ticket for this one. I'll share this screen for you now. Kind of see what we're thinking here. So this time around, we did have a single, and it came in the 4th race. Flavian Pratt jumped aboard this Mike Maker first time off the claim horse. And it was the 1A, ran very, very well. I'll put those results here in a second. So we did get the single home, but we did end up losing. We went 3 by 2 by 5 by 1 by 5. So, we were not confident on the 3rd and the 5th legs. And so let's see what beat us here. I know what beat us, but I'm going to tell you what beat us. So this is what makes you mad. You go 5 deep in a race, and it was a field of 7 in this one. So I'll put it up on the screen here. Here's what beat us. Field of 7, we were 5 deep in it, and the number 2 horse gets the job done. Of course, the 5 right there with a chance. But, yeah, just got beat here. Got beat 3/4 of the length. 5 deep, 7-horse field, got beat. 3rd leg, pretty bad. I'll go through the whole sequence just real quick. Almost singled right here, and this is probably what cost us the ticket. Almost singled, you can't handle this. Didn't do it. Didn't trust these maiden claimers, but I thought the horse had a nice pace advantage. I thought Luis Saez would get him to the lead. It happened, and it won and paid $420. Almost singled there. Could have gave us the bullets to get the job done in the 3rd leg. Didn't do it, and so that's how it goes. Blue Atlas was one of 2 we used in this race, and was able to get the job done. Nice win there. There's the miss, like you said there. Here was a single. Ricochet got the job done for Flavian Pratt. And then in the fifth race, of course, we went 5 deep and caught the $24.60 winner. Just a killer. Too bad we couldn't catch that other winner in the third leg, and this thing paid $2,058. Not bad. $75 ticket. I definitely would have looked pretty darn good. So, all right, that's it. That's it for week 1 of the hits and heartbreaks. Overall, it was a really good week for the Rockets. I didn't show, like I said, all the hits we had. 4th of July was really, really good. Hit the late pick 5 at both Belmont and Churchill Downs. Had a couple other catches at Churchill Downs as well. Smaller variety through the weekend. So, all right, coming up this week for the Rockets, big time racing going on at at Horseshoe Indianapolis and at Prairie Meadows. So we'll cover Friday and Saturday from Prairie Meadows and Saturday from Horseshoe Indianapolis. Of course, Belmont Park every day, Gulfstream Park every day as well. So we'll kind of mix in a little bit of that. And then on Sunday, I think we'll go to Monmouth, Gulfstream, and Belmont as well. So a lot going on with the Rockets. Make sure to check them out if you haven't yet. I think you'll enjoy them. Thanks, everybody, for watching this one. We'll be back next week, hopefully with less heartbreaks and more hits.